today we are taking a tour through the charming little town of Mount Dora, nestled right in the heart of Central Florida. This charming little area is known for its walkable, historic downtown area, its slower paced lifestyle, and its overall lower cost of living. But these are just a few of the reasons why so many people are making Mount Dora their home. If you want to hear more, stick around. We're coming right back. This is one of the awesome things about this area is like how many places, how many spots can you go? I mean, anywhere, even in our area, but you know, especially in Florida as a whole, like how many places can you go? Public space, public area, just to come and see this view right here. I mean, this is beautiful. I mean, they've got plenty of benches here. You can just come out here, relax. You know, it's a little hot right now as we're in middle of June right now. It's getting hot, so you probably don't want to be out here in the middle of the day. But you could come out here with some office work, a book, just to unwind, relax, and just take in this view. There's not a lot of places around, even in Central Florida, where you can get something like this. Is it shaky? Yeah. It's floating. It's a floating dock.
I know, I don't like it.
All right, let's get this going. So today we're in Mount Dora. We're on this floating dock right now, trying to stay steady, but we're exploring this small little town here in the heart of Central Florida. It's just north of the Orlando metro area. You're probably about 40 minutes to downtown Orlando, or about 30 minutes to downtown Orlando, probably about 45 minutes to the theme parks. But this is a town that's got a lot of small town charm and a lot of historic history behind it, and it's only about 15,000 residents, but really tight-knit, close community in this area here. And what's one of the main hubs and spots of Mount Dora is its downtown area, historic downtown area. You're going to see a lot of original architecture, original buildings still in place, and I'm excited to talk about it and bring it to you guys. Mount Dora is one of those areas that's really known for its small town vibes and rich history. It's a small town, only of about 15,000 residents, but it's got a real deep just community feel to it. And what I mean by that is the downtown area, for example, historic area, lots of history here, and it's really impressive how they've just woven this area into the fabric of the larger community. You have a lot of original older houses to this area that sit along and inside this historic area of downtown. A lot of shops, a lot of restaurants, like I said, but this is really the hub and the centerpiece of Mount Dora. Just so everybody knows, no matter where you're at in Florida, that holds true for any body of water. Any body of water, man-made or not, I don't care. Always think there's an alligator in there until proven otherwise. It'll save you. if you're into outdoor recreation, especially boating and water sports, water jet skis, those types of activities, then Mount Dora might be the place for you. This town is situated right between Lake Harris and Lake Dora, which are two huge lakes. They're part of the Harris chain of lakes. But I mean, you can spend literally the whole day out on the water. There's a lot of restaurants and bars that are right there on the edge of the shoreline. You can pull your boat right up to their dock, hop out, grab something to eat, be right back out on the water. Maybe the outdoors, maybe the water activities aren't your thing either. That's perfectly okay, because there's a ton, I'm telling you, a ton of just different galleries, antique stores, art festivals going on and around this town all times of the year. So there's really is a little something for everybody. Old Joe. This is supposed to be a replica of a gator that used to be in these waters. I've lived in Florida my whole life. I ain't never seen a gator this big, at least not in person. Don't know if I'd want to. What would you do if you saw a gator this big? I've seen one probably from here to about here. That's about it. I had never seen one this big, so. One of the reasons that Mount Dora is so popular is its lower cost of living compared to some of its nearby neighbors. And median price point for a home in Mount Dora is sitting right now, as of this time, about $390,000, which is about $20,000 to as much as $50,000 less than compared to some of its nearby neighbors like Apopka, Longwood, and Orlando, a little bit farther south. In fact, Mount Dora sits in Lake County, which as a whole, Lake County is significantly cheaper typically when it comes to average and median price point on homes than Seminole and Orange County. You know, Mount Dora, for a lot of people that maybe not that familiar with it, especially over the last 5 to 10 years, it's known as a more rural area, but with the build out of the 429 and State Road 46 over the last 10 years, this area has just continued to expand, and it's really made commute times really of less of a more of just a non-factor. As far as drive times are concerned, that's typically a popular question for people is how far away am I from downtown? How close am I to the parks? From this area, Mount Dora, you're probably about 30 minutes from the downtown Orlando area. You're probably about 40 to 45 minutes from the theme parks. If you're looking to get to the airport, you have a couple different options. You can go to Orlando OIA International Airport. It's probably going to be about 40-45 minutes there. Or again, with the recent build out and extension of the 429 and 46, you can hop right on 46 and take that to Sanford Airport. A little bit smaller, but it is a nice airport. I've flown out of it myself, and you can probably be there from here in Mount Dora in about 30 minutes. So again, you got your choices. One of the unsuspecting or surprising things about this area that even I didn't learn until recently is that this is a hotspot, really popular area for Airbnb and VRBO investors. There's a ton of investment properties in and around, especially the downtown area, for people that are vacationing here, but also a lot of people will purchase a second home in the Mount Dora area. They're going to use it as a second residence part-time throughout the year when they feel like coming down, and then the rest of the time what's great is that they just rent it out. And a lot of these Airbnbs, they stay booked up pretty regularly, especially during special events and seasons when, again, they have a lot of these festivals and parades all in the Mount Dora area. And again, if you're right there in the downtown area, you can just walk right to a lot of these places. So there you go. No area, no place is perfect. Everything's got its pros and cons. And if there is one downside to Mount Dora that really sticks out, if you talk to enough locals, it probably becomes a reoccurring theme, is the parking, especially downtown. It can come at a premium. We're here during the week. We showed up late morning. Parking wasn't really an issue. Now it's about early afternoon, and even on a weekday, it's definitely getting more crowded down there. But I've been here on the weekends, you know, late nights when there's a lot of things going on, and it can be a lot more difficult to find a parking space. The city does have a lot of various designated parking areas for people. A lot of it is public parking to try to make it easier and more accessible. There has been talks about the city putting in a 5-story parking garage. Mixed emotions and reactions from a lot of the local residents here as far as that project goes, but we'll have to see kind of what happens. But definitely something to keep in mind if you're coming to this area to live or even to visit. Be prepared to try to look for the right parking space. Really quick, before we keep moving on, I just want to say thank you so much. If you're watching this, if this is your first time to our channel, thank you as well. Smash that subscribe button, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the great information and content. My goal for myself and my team is to deliver to the families that are relocating and living in this area the highest and best service and the ability to access all of the good information and resources that is available to them so they can learn as much as they want to about the different areas and great areas in the Orlando metro. So again, thank you guys so much. Let's keep moving on. Yeah, there's a ton of new construction going on in Mount Dora. One of the, aside from, being known for its historic area, historic homes, the town, the city of Mount Dora has really exploded over the last few years with a lot of new construction. I'm working with a family right now that's looking in the Mount Dora area, and I was looking through some of the recent stats and everything, and I found that over the last few years, since 2019, new construction homes have accounted for about 20% of all sales in Mount Dora. So that's a pretty significant number when you figure the small size of this area. Some of the newer communities that have popped up in this area are include Summerbrook, Timberwalk, which we're in right now, Stony Brook, as well as Lake Franklin. I almost forgot, but those are just a few of the ones to give you an idea. Like I said, we're in Timberwalk right now. What you're typically going to find in these neighborhoods is more of the tract style type homes, or some people might call cookie cutter type areas. But these types of neighborhoods, some people like them, some people don't. They typically have HOAs in this area. They have a certain upkeep and maintenance standard. There's community amenities as well, like a pool and a park. And some people, that's what they want. Other people, not so much. If you're looking for more walkability to the downtown area, you're probably going to be looking at some of the older construction homes, usually 1940s to 1970s. Some of those older Florida style bungalows is what you're going to find closer to downtown. As you get on the outskirts though, you can start to find more of these more modern communities. I had to hire some help here for the summertime intern, if you will, my daughter. But I'm curious, we're curious, we'd love to hear any feedback on her camera work and how that's going. Anything that she's doing really great at, or anything that, hey, maybe we need to make some improvements on. It's all about learning, and we appreciate any feedback. So let us know what you think, let us know how she's doing. She's got so many choices, it's hard to narrow it down. So we're gonna go with the Wave Asian Bistro today, see what that's all about. So one of the things that you're not going to find a lot in this area is you're not going to find these big box chain restaurants. You're not going to find like Applebee's and Wendy's and McDonald's. What you are going to find though are a lot of really cool, unique spots to grab lunch and dinner. We just left the Wave. Wave is an Asian restaurant, very, very cool menu. They have some traditional American type foods with an Asian twist on it. We had the sushi fries and as well as a spicy taco, which never seen this stuff before, but they made it work, and I gotta tell you, it was delicious. Highly recommend the Wave if you're in Mount Dora, as well as a ton of other places around here. So since we're speaking about historics and everything that this town of Mount Dora is, this video would not be complete without mentioning the historic Lakeside Inn. This hotel is the oldest operating hotel in the entire state of Florida. It opened up in 1883. That's 150 years ago. It has been played host to numerous celebrities, politicians. It's a popular venue for weddings, receptions, or even a family getaway. Like I said, there are a ton of festivals and parades and events that are held in this downtown area. And this hotel, aside from being one of the oldest, is just a walking distance. You're across the street from everything the historic downtown has to offer. And the rates right now, at least as of today, are as cheap as $128 a night. That's not bad at all. So what is one thing that you learned about Mount Dora today that you didn't know before?
That they didn't have antique shops and didn't have a lot of chain stuff, chain brand things.
That they don't have a lot of the chain brand big box stores type of things?
Yeah.
And then what about the antiques?
There's a lot of it.
A lot. There are quite a few antique shops around town. You're not going to be hurting for finding not just antique shops, but unique, eclectic, quirky type stores that have all kinds of different things as you go through. So I hope you guys learned a little bit more about what it's like to live in the Mount Dora area. As I said, it's a great town, great spot. If you have any questions, need any further clarification on anything that we talked about today, you got to reach out to us. Give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, however you like to communicate. We got your back. My team and I, we're working with families every single day that are relocating to and from the Orlando metro area. We absolutely love it, all right? Our goal is to deliver, as I said, the highest and best service that you deserve for you and your family. So until next time, you guys take care, have a great rest of your day, and we're gonna go relax now. Woo! It's beautiful right here.